Hello everybody, I'm Eric from Eletech. I'm here in Hong Kong again this weekend and it's really great to see you guys. We're here for the Elegy to Lucia launch event and we hope to see you guys and hear more of your feedbacks, and definitely do come by our stores in Hong Kong to try out our new product release. So Elegy to Lucia, it's our prize release for this 6 years in the making. So we actually spent about 23 months to actually develop this product. What Lucia is, what Elegy Lucia is, it's our expression of reference, the ultimate reference, not just in terms of sound, but in terms of craftsmanship as well as the emotional expression itself. Now, during the development of Lucia, we actually faced three big challenges itself. One of them is the material synergy. The other one is that it is created entirely new as an 8-wire platform, as well as the artisanal hardware. Now, 4 wires to 8 wires, it's commonly seen in the market. So we've often seen like examples where 8 wires are just 4 wires doubled up. So to us, when we created the Elegy to Lucia, we are looking into something that started ground up as an 8-wire architecture. Now, the challenges that we faced during this particular process is that 4 wires, it has the speed transient. And when you go into 8 wires, you have the weight, you have the sound stage, but you lose the transient, and it's a vice versa. So when we created this new architecture, it's called dual strata, we try to actually maximize and actually combine these two, their strengths, while actually eliminating their weaknesses. So dual strata is our solution to this. And the third difficulty challenges that we faced during the development of Elegy to Lucia was actually the hardware. Now, we wanted to recreate the stained glass effect from the cathedrals, and with enamel, with gemstone setting, but it's not so simple. So we actually tried to work with a Japanese private studio to do this work, but while the effects is great, the tolerance and the lead time is actually on the edge of what we can accept. So producing this has been really difficult for us as well. One really difficult process during the R&D of the Elegy to Lucia is actually on the materials and ratio work. So during the process itself, we tried over 10 different materials, new materials actually, to have them incorporate into this new product, our statement piece. So during then, there's a lot of permutation, a lot of ratio calculation work that we spend a lot of time trying to iron over. So it was quite difficult until we had a major breakthrough in terms of tech. It's actually our newest DPP, is dual phase purification, and that really helped us bring the materials into a different realm. So that was how we overcome it. It may seem simple, but it really took us a lot of time trying to iron this out. So during the process of making the artisanal hardware, it's a multi-phase problem that we have to tackle. So we first went ahead with CNC. So with CNC itself as a catalyst, as the base, we actually used the smallest knife possible. It's a 0.2 mm to actually machine out the entire Y split. So with that itself, that creates a problem because it's not the conventional method of doing CNC. Because for the conventional method of doing it, you kind of use a larger knife and then you transition into a smaller knife. The difference is it saves a lot of time, but the final product, it may not be as fine as starting with the smallest knife possible. So that itself, it's something that we have to communicate over and over again with our suppliers, with our factories, and to make them willing to actually do it that way. Following on, we actually worked with a private Japanese studio for the animal work as well as the gemstone setting. Now with the animal itself, it was quite difficult because we had to get this certain type of animal and the temperature correct to actually replicate what was seen in a stained glass, as well as because our CNC materials is actually precise, so like we have to look for a really precise size of gemstone to actually be able to embed them into our Y split. So yeah, the craft itself, it's quite torturing. So the reason why Elegy of Lucia looks this way is actually quite, it's the story itself. It was last winter, I think. I was in Japan, and I think I was with some industry friends as well as Ricardo from 40 Years. So we were traveling after the show, the Japanese show. We were in Nasu, and then there was a stained glass museum over there. And we went to visit the museum because it's something I've always been interested in. And when we entered the museum, it was mesmerizing. The light play through every rooms of the stained glass actually captivated both him and myself. So the entire concept of Lucia was born from there, because we always wanted to do a special project, but there was no design language. We were trying around with materials, but there was no design language to actually tie it down. So until that trip itself, where I was really mesmerized by the stained glass, and that was then that we knew this is it. Comparing with our previous flagships itself, we talk about Sonnet of Adam, which is known for its sense of space and layering. What Lucia managed to do is to one-up it. When we actually delve into Lucia itself, we were going for something that is contradictory. So we wanted to pursue what we call as a weightless weight. So we wanted something that is intimate but expensive, and then something that is full but not bloated. So when comparing with Odes to Laura with Sonnet of Adam, is that our previous flagships itself, it tends to skew towards certain pairings and certain IEMs, certain combination might sound good. But with Lucia itself, we wanted something that it can pair across the board as the perfect cable companion. Okay, what I really like about Lucia is it has a perfect tonal balance. So it's not something that's skewed towards a certain frequency range, trying to wow you, trying to capture your attention. But what it does is actually, it is very tonally balanced, which is also part of our tuning philosophy. It is so tonally balanced itself that when you first listen to it, you don't see any fault with it. That's not something that it's really bright, it's really bassy or something. But what jumps out at you is the sense of expansive space, the layering, as well as the micro details. In terms of pairing itself, this is actually part of our tuning work itself. We tried a lot of IEMs to pair with it because we want something that is easily paired across the board rather than pairing with certain IEMs itself. It will sound great, and while other IEMs it will sound, so-so. So Lucia itself, I'm really glad to say, I believe it's one of the only cable that we made that is able to pair across the board. Being in my position, I get a lot of prototypes from makers itself that they have not released, and there's actually one IEM that I really love with the pairing. That IEM should release in, I think, next year, April-ish. So yeah, I will let you guys know what that pairing is in due date. Now I think Lucia, what's most appealing about it is it's not something that, as I've spoken a lot of time, it's tonally balanced. It's not something that jumps out at you in certain frequencies. But my personal experience with Lucia is that hook on Lucia, listen to a lot of the tracks that you're really familiar with. You'll notice a lot of micro details that's not there. The kind of background darkness, the pitch itself, a lot of details that you have not noticed before, it will actually pop out to you. So it's something that is really tonally balanced in terms of the three frequencies, but yet has that kind of sense of layering, the kind of airiness to it that we have never done before. Now, there's actually no long-term vision to an ultra flagship itself. I've actually thought about this a lot of time. I don't think that an ultra flagship should be a yearly affair, or a daily affair, or a monthly affair. Our Sacramento series will be reserved for something that the next time we had a really, really big breakthrough, like now. So in terms of long-term vision for ultra flagships, I don't foresee that we will have something that soon. With that, I would like to thank all the Hong Kong customers and our friends for actually coming over by to support us by watching this video itself. And it's always really good to see you guys over here to actually chat. And I've always been around coming to Hong Kong too much actually. So it's really great that you guys welcome us that much, and I hope to see you guys very soon in shows, if not on my next trip to Hong Kong itself. Thank you so much.